Yo, what up? This B-Boy R.E.G, Funky Fresh in the Flesh podcast, and I'm here with my man Supa Emcee today.
Yo, what's up, dog?
HP Finest, what's going on with you, man?
Oh man, I'm good, Reg, B-Boy Reg. Hey man, you know, it's the Michigan Marvel, the Wayne County Warrior, the Detroit Defender, the Highland Park Hero.
Right.
You feel me?
Hey, I used to be listening to like the radio and all type of stuff, and then I'd be like, damn, who is that freestyle? And they'd be like, that's Supa Emcee. Then I look up, what was it? Kill the DJ, the Butter album.
Yeah.
He was on that joint.
Yeah,
and they was like, he from HP. I'm like, shit, no shit.
That was a long time ago.
That's
Kill
what's
the
up.
Butter. That was like
99,
I was on
2000.
there.
Yeah.
I was on there. Royce was on
Yep,
there.
I was on there.
Was on there. All of us was on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on there with the 9 for Take the Money. Yeah, that was my shit.
Yeah.
Yep. So tell us about Highland Park, man, because that's dear to both of us, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about growing up in HP.
I mean, growing up at HP, man, everybody, got this crazy thing about Highland Park, you know what I'm saying? Or, and not trying to accept what Highland Park is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just say Highland Park is the heart of Detroit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's from HP, and I be telling like all niggas from Detroit and shit, I be like a Highland Park nigga ain't nothing but an East Side, West Side nigga or West Side, East Side nigga.
Yeah, combined. Right?
You feel me? Depending on what side of the block you standing
right.
on, you know what I'm saying? But growing up in Highland Park, you know what I'm saying, it gives you a pride, you know what I'm saying? You already know what Parker pride is,
right.
You know what I'm saying? That undeniable, unwavering love for Highland Park.
Right.
And that stand up we got, like Highland Park is a whole nother world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When people tend to look at it, I mean, like, we used to have our own parades down the street. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had a crazy super school system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember one parade, George Clinton was in it. Yeah. That was like 89, 90 or something.
And the carnival. We used to have a big carnival right on Woodward. And they used to have the Plugger show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We used to be able to get on the local cable show and kick our little raps and kick our freestyles and stuff. And I mean that's with the hip hop, you know. But like really growing up in Highland Park, man, it made me who I am. It sharpened me as a person. You know, I'm still alive today. And I think that, for anybody that, was raised in Highland Park and survived what Highland Park was, you know what I'm saying, they deserve some type of soldier stripes. Like, if anything, you know what I'm saying, because Highland Park is so much, and then it's much, much more, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the home of the mass production of the automobile, so what people don't know is we put the world on wheels. You know what I'm saying? Our city put the world on wheels. Detroit is the motor city, but Highland Park is the engine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We had one of the first freeways in HP.
All that, Davidson
all
Freeway.
of that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you growing up with all of this, all of this rich history behind you. You know what I'm saying? With a powerful school system. We had Chrysler and Ford money floating through the city, so the city was popping.
Yeah.
But then when you get to Ford's gone, and then that plant closed down, and then Chrysler leaves, and then the money starts to go from the city, and then it turns into what it turns into. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people came through Highland Park, like a lot of from athletes. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we had one of the top basketball teams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they in our league. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who they played. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Highland Park. I mean, the team. I mean, you got to look. This is a city with its own college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Own college, own high school, dozens of middle schools.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dozens of grade schools.
Shout out to everybody from Ford.
Shout out everybody from Ford Elementary, Ferris Elementary, Liberty. You know what I'm saying? Barbara,
Cortland,
Cortland. Bright. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Like, it's crazy. And then, we had the college, and then we all end up, before the college, we all end up in the high school.
Right.
Now, this is the craziest thing about Highland Park, that East Side and West Side niggas had distance on.
Yeah.
Okay, East Side, you on the East Side, you beefing with a West Side nigga. So
Right.
y'all got distance. Y'all got a whole city apart
Right.
to talk shit or, fuck this nigga, whatever. But in Highland Park, like I said, you dealing with an East Side, West Side nigga or West Side, East Side nigga.
Yeah.
You feel me? So in Highland Park, we had to cross tracks.
The tracks.
You feel me? Don't cross the tracks.
Hey, so a lot of people be like, why Highland Park dudes always talk about the tracks? He from the other side of the tracks. The tracks separated pretty much the north side of Highland Park, south side of Highland Park. Most of our beef started in middle school.
Yeah, and then
Ford, Ferris, and Barber. Yeah. And when we got to high school, that shit was crazy.
It was crazy. And then what's so funny is though about that is like we had like my thing was this the funniest thing about me.
Yeah.
All right, like it wasn't no place in Highland Park I couldn't go.
Right.
It wasn't no block I couldn't sit on. It wasn't none of the niggas I couldn't holler at, even if the niggas was beefing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas just had love for me like that, and I had love for them because I could remember when all these niggas wasn't beefing. I could remember when all these niggas was cool.
Yeah.
And then niggas started, that street life had niggas turning on each other. But I'd be on both sides because my mom was from one side of the tracks, my daddy's from another side of the tracks. So it wasn't like I ain't know the niggas on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
So tell me this, because I know I experienced this, right? You in Highland Park, maybe we was in high school or just outside of high school. Maybe it was dudes not getting along with each other. So like for us, we used to go to the dancery a lot.
Yeah.
Or Outcast, all of that. No matter what was going on in the city with us, when we got outside of the city, it was like united.
Not
front,
all the time,
right?
We used to be like that at the Grand Quarters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We would because like whatever happened in Highland Park was in Highland Park.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we went out when we go places like this will be killing me. Like we was some of the we are the niggas that made it dope for niggas to say Highland Park on a record. I am a part of that catalog.
Right.
P Groove and them. Fucking. I mean, you gotta let's go back. Mark Hicks was like the first dude that really had a label job.
Right.
I mean, he was working for Tommy Boy Records.
Yeah.
This is the closest this was right here in Highland Park. He stayed right on Rhode Island. This is the craziest shit. Like, what the fuck?
And he was part of Michigan Citizen for a minute.
Right, for sure. So you gotta look at this time, like it wasn't too many Highland Park. It was Highland Park rappers. I mean, excuse me, the Food Stamp Boys.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. The Ricky D, the White Boy 3, but they wasn't really Highland Park rappers. They was just around HP because of the Plugger Show and all of that. And then the Untouchables, I believe the Untouchables was from Highland Park.
Right.
That girl group. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it was just it was a load of underground people in the city that rap. But I'm talking about people that was really taking this shit seriously, that was really grouping in records and had studio time. It wasn't that many people. You had P Groove the NC, you had Chaos and Maestro, but Chaos and Maestro was looked at more as a Detroit artist more so than people. If you didn't know he was from Highland Park, you wouldn't have known it.
But he had that classic line, though, I'm from the park on a mission to drop off. We knew
what that meant. But the average motherfucker, they didn't catch that. You know what I'm saying? So when you get to when you get to the NC, then you get them saying Highland Park, bringing that more coming. Then when you get to like the Omen and us and the Dreadnoughts, we screaming Highland Park. You know what I'm saying? We running. We at some of the open mics getting into it with niggas because we from Highland Park. But they don't understand that the Dreadnoughts was like the Detroit version of Wu-Tang. We had people from everywhere, but our hood was in Highland Park, and everybody respect the fact that Highland Park embraced the Dreadnoughts. So that's what it was. So it was like everybody, y'all from this what it is.
HP. So let me ask you this though. Speaking of like groups and all of that, who inspired you to rap, and who were some of your earliest influences in hip hop?
My earliest influence in hip hop would have to be like LL Cool J.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? Of course, KRS-One, Rakim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those were the artists, and Chuck D. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Public Enemy. Those were the artists to me, that really that I could visually see. Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick, the Salt and Peppers. You know what I'm saying? MC Lights. You know what I'm saying? Those were the artists that we could see at the time. You know what I'm saying? That was like right in front of, and it's a load of others, but like really that LL Cool J, that Rakim, and that KRS-One was really the ones to me that got me like going at first, like you know. But then like I was really more like just a kid that really just, I don't know, already had a knack for it.
Right.
Like, you know, it's just like you know, we see kids that are born with the knack for this hip hop music. Like today, like wow, I had a knack for it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then when I saw these artists doing it, it just showed me that the levels that you could do it at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to understand. Like my first understandings of hip hop was rappers like, cause like you know Grandmaster Flash, and, you know, all of those. But those rappers were like kind of like older to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, cool. You know, I know they doing it, but when I got to the full understanding of what this shit was, it was past the Sugar Hill Gang shit. That was some shit.
That was
shit.
We was all young.
Right, that was some shit that they showed us on the video that we was like, oh wow, that's where hip hop came from. Some type of them niggas. Right. We was learning the history of it, but it was like the ones that I could see and what we came off of, you know, was, you know, the Karis ones, you know, the Rakims and the fucking the Ice Cubes and the NWAs. You know what I'm saying? So when you listen to me, when you listen to rap at a level, like they was already at a huge level, even if the understanding of hip hop wasn't at the level that it was, they was already up there. So I'm like, yo, you could do it like this. You could say, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So me having a knack for it already just showed me that wow, I could ascend to the level of that.
Right.
You know
it showed you the new heights of hip hop versus it just being something underground or
and
just
then
an urban thing. It was like,
and then just seeing rappers in the city, like yo, I was up on the Smileys and and the Smileys and the Merciless Amirs. Like a Merciless Amir was like one of them dudes that, like him and Killer Care from AWOL. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and Mossy Ski in Detroit was one. It was like those cats was like, and Eshawn. Yeah. Yo.
Oh God.
Golly, man. Like them. Yo, them, and see, if people don't know, like T.A.T. is my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, for like being around all of that, it's like you looking at that up there, and then you looking at this like here, like them niggas around me in Detroit, they showed me that I could do it.
Okay.
I could do it at a level that was great, just like them. And you know what? I could do it at a level that's great like them.
Right.
They showed me that, you know what I'm saying, that we could do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It showed you what was possible.
Yeah, what was possible.
When we talked about chaos, like that whole World One record movement, that Knicks movement, like Jack Frost, Merciless Amir,
Jack
Chaos,
Frost too, yeah.
all of them. It showed us, and then like to see dudes get signed to like Jack Frost was on Ichiban, or to see Breed. Then you start seeing Breed, dudes videos on TV.
By the time Breed came out, you know, we was already set into being, you know, who we was, you know what I'm saying, or who we was destined to be. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no more of, you know, more of the influence of it was our stuff. It was like, you know, we had like, I would say like, you know, we all had the influences of the Pacs and the Bigs and stuff, because they were the, you know, they were the artists that was
big at the time.
At the time.
So it sound like, because it sound like you kind of, it's like what I went through early on. You seen these dudes, Sugar Hill and all them, as grown men making music,
right?
But then the LLs and all them, you like, oh, he's like me.
Yeah, right? It was more like okay, like this is where it came from, because I didn't grow up listening to Grandmaster Flash and them. Grandmaster Flash and them were like songs that I heard like after I was on this Rakim and Big Daddy Kane and all this type of shit. Then I was like, well, where did they get it from?
Right. Okay.
Because I'm not a person like, I'm gonna tell like what makes me the artist that I am is I'm the person that pays homage to those that came before me, and I stay in my who I am as me, right? But then I also lend what I know to the youth, right? That makes me immortal.
Right.
Because I'm not only you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not in my own time. I'm in their time because I'm absorbing or I have the knowledge of what I'm doing and where it came from. And I know who Kool Herc is.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
So you look at by the time going back to when you said at a certain
and I met
time,
Kool Herc too.
At a certain time it was like, okay, yeah, these guys are out, but you start seeing them more as peers.
Yes,
versus seeing them as superstars.
Yeah, I started to me because at the time, you know, I was just like, you know, one of those kids that was just like totally into this, like totally submerged into it. Like before I started writing raps, I was freestyling. I just walk around freestyle. Like my mama used to have parties and have her friends over, and she would tell me all their names and say this about them, and I would just go around the room. They'd be like, "What in the like? Did he write that down?" I'm like, "No, he just made it." Like, you know what I'm saying? So, to see what this hip hop thing is, and to see where it came from, and then to watch it turn and mold into this giant monster, and then me trying to find out where, as an artist, do I fit in the whole archy of this hip hop shit? You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is what's the funniest thing about being from Highland Park is, you know, and the whole thing with hip hop. People tend to say, like, because I have a greater appreciation for the wording that I ain't no hood nigga.
Well, you know what? I'm glad
hold on, wait. Look. People tend to think like because certain rappers tend to add extra words or tend to read that we ain't no hood niggas. Like we ain't came up around the same shit that these cat, rat, and dog rapping ass. I didn't take time to write my rhymes down type shit. But you get what I'm saying, nigga? We the same niggas. You know, I'm here to tell you.
But you just doing the art form different. That don't mean you different.
Yeah, that don't mean that don't mean nothing. Yeah. But that's what in this whole thing of hip hop, you know, because you have. So
let me stop, because that's right in line what I'm about to ask you. Mm-hmm. So there's a mural in Highland Park, that you own it, right?
Right.
So it's you, Miles, X Factor, and what, Rod Day,
it's me, Rod Day,
right?
X Factor, Young Miles, Anonymous, and D Skrilla.
Right. So when we talk about when you listen to those names and you see what all of y'all accomplished overall, everybody kind of had their own lane. So like Young Miles and X Factor, they was boom with the battle rap. Yep. They was out there killing them, right? Yep. Rod Day, then you had you with the wordplay. Everybody had their own lane, kind of, right?
Right. So
being on that mural, what did it? How did you feel seeing that? And did you know it was coming, or?
I mean, I knew Draper said that he was gonna do something for us, and he was asking for.
Hey, shout out
pictures.
To Draper though.
You know what I'm saying? And Draper is one guy that had his hand in everybody's career on there in some kind of facet, whether it was, you know, he had his hand all the way in there, or if it was just the clothing, or it was just the use of the studio time, or, you know, whatever, or, you know, putting out projects that, you know, because that's how Miles and them, people found out about Miles and them. Draper put out the 25 to Life project, H. Pillar project, you know what I'm saying? And that's how, you know, you got to hear Miles and them on the record. Like, everybody on there has done something monumental for Highland Park.
Right.
And it's people that came before us. Like I know the people that came. You heard me run them down.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And like those artists were put on that mural because in that mural because Draper felt that those were the artists that made Highland Park pop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got me, you know, Almighty Dreadnoughts. You know what I'm saying? Signed to Big Proof. You know what I'm saying? That's a platinum nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We was Iron Fist, Shady Records.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Aftermath. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when he was about to get the other deal with Universal, we would have been Universal too. Okay, bet. you see me in the movie 8 Mile. You see me on the Moesha show.
Right.
You feel me? You see me on the Parker show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You done see me in movies, all type of battles, source battles, radio interviews, like, you know, all of that. Acting, all of that.
Right.
Then you got Rod Day. Rod Day from one of the most monumental groups in Detroit history.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Rock Bottom.
Right.
Then you got Miles, X Factor, Battle Extraordinaire. You got Anonymous. Anonymous produced for a lot of niggas that people don't really know. A very prominent Highland Park producer that niggas really don't know because niggas don't know do they fucking history. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Skrill. Skrill had one of the most high top selling albums out of HP, The Controversy. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at those people on the wall, there's for people that's representing Highland Park that don't want to act like what we done ain't put the park in the position for niggas to do what they doing now. It's oblivious. You know what I'm saying? They're oblivious to what the hip hop culture is. And that's the funniest thing to me with all of this you know, this shit that we living in now where, you know, you got motherfuckers that want to say what they want to say and act like they the first to do some shit. Well, that ain't the case, because when I first seen it, I mean, like you said, I know the history, who was there before. I mean, but it was a lot of stuff that came after that. Like, it was a bunch of people that shouted it out. Then it was like a bunch of people running around like, why is this person on here? Why is this? Man, so I swear. I know. I heard it, but I had to explain to some people, especially like some of the older dudes. I said, a lot of dudes that's older ain't even following hip-hop no more. Right. I'm still a fan, so I'm watching it. I'm saying these the dudes that got people asking, where is Highland Park? For sure. What is Highland Park about? For sure. when I seen it, I was like, yeah, that makes sense, right? For sure. So yeah. And it was like, you know, like, it's not to diss anybody else, but it's like when you like, everybody on that wall got real accolades. Right. You know, I'm talking about real certified accolades. Not just because they was just in hip-hop. Not just because, like, no. Right. Because there's a lot of people that just recorded records. And but come on now. I mean, it's like, man, we done worldwide shows, Reg. Like, we ain't just rapping around the corner and down the street. I done been to LA doing shows. Right. I done been to New York doing shows. Right. I done been to Miami doing shows. Texas doing shows. I mean, all kind of motherfucking places doing shows. You feel me? And over the waters. Yeah, so speaking of that, because you was rocking with Kool Keith. Yeah, Kool Keith's my man. Yeah. That's my dog, man. Right. That's Mr. AC. Right. All right. Yeah, that's my. Yeah, man. You know, I did a bunch of spots with Kool Keith. We opened up for Kool Keith in South by Southwest, damn near 10,000 people outside. We clowning, right? You know, or better. The whole, I mean, it's lit the fuck up, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? We've been doing shit like that, man. You know, and what's so crazy is, a couple years back, I had the pleasure of working with one of hip hop's underrated, phenomenal producers, if you will. Okay. Baby Paul from the Beat Miners. Yeah, yeah. Baby Paul produced for Nas and AZ. We did a project. Me and him got a group together. We got a catalog that's crazy. Yeah, the catalog is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Right. Baby Paul, he produced for like Nas, AZ. Right. You know what I'm saying? Boot Camp Click. You know what I'm saying? Sean Price. Right. You know what I'm saying? Smith and Wesson and them. You know what I'm saying? So I got the pleasure of working with him. We got a group called The Crossroads. You know what I'm saying? We put out a couple of projects. A few of the joints that we had put out, you know what I'm saying, did you know, some nice success. We got a success for starting the group and coming out with these records. Two of our records, Time and Hard to Dance, was featured on this project with this dog-ass distribution company. Shout out to Rob Schwartz, UMAG Distribution. And the two songs got on this project, and the project got Grammy considered. Wow. Like, we ain't win the Grammy. Right. We didn't get nominated. Right. But the project that we was on and them songs got considered for that. So, you know, I'm just an artist that's trying to be doing shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that is something crazy to be from Highland Park, to be considered for a Grammy. Who got that? Hey, I want y'all to Google Highland Park and look at the size of Highland Park, and you can see why this is so big. For an artist to come from HP and do this. Because
you was working with what was you doing with Bushwick Bill? I seen you.
Oh man, Bushwick Bill, man, that's the legend, man. God rest his soul. You know, me and Bushwick was gonna start recording, you know, some joints together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because we had went to South by Southwest, and I got a chance to meet Bushwick Bill for the first time. I'm like, dude, we met each other. I'm laughing, but I had already did like the old school show with Yo-Yo, and I had been met him.
Right.
Like, you know, hey, you know, you're Bushwick Bill kicking it.
Yeah.
But when I was in Texas, you know what I'm saying, I got to really kick it with him and got to know him.
Right.
You know, I'm down there, man, he giving me bags of weed and all type. It's like, come here, Soup, you know, blah, blah, blah. He like, dog, you dope. We in the, me, him, and Cool Keith in a freestyle cipher together, you know, clowning, busting.
Right.
You know, we going in and Bush was like, yo, he was like, Soup, I fuck with you, dude. Like, yo, we there drinking Henny, clowning and stuff. So from that, you know, Bush was like, yo, man, we gonna get some songs together, man, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, Bush, we gonna work it out. So at the time, my manager was like, he's like, we gonna holler back at Bush. So we went back down there again. So we kicking with Bush, Spice One, showing me love, all type of shit. I ran into my dog Yuck Mouth and them, all that. Like, cause it's like, I know a bunch of people, like people be thinking like, you know, I'm just some underground rap dude from Detroit. Like, it's some heads in the industry that know who I am. It's people that know about Soup. I'm not a person to just be like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
You don't be name dropping.
Right,
be
you know what I'm
watching.
saying? But I done been places and displayed my talent all over the globe.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You got a lot of respect in
you
the
know
industry.
What I'm saying? I ran into Killer Priest. I'm like, yo, Killer Priest. I'm telling my dog, my dog. I'm like, John, that's Killer Priest. My dog. Killer Priest running me like, I'm like, yo, what's up, Priest? Priest looked at me. He was like, Supa Emcee? I'm like, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, hell no. He like, Supa Emcee. I'm like, Killer Priest, what's up, man? I was like, I ain't think you remember me. He was like, no, you and Hex are guilty in the bed. Y'all niggas crazy. You know, I'm like, oh, shit. He was like, yeah, nigga, you a legend in Detroit. Fucking Killer Priest is telling me, man, stop. What is
That's dope.
You know.
Hey, talking about legends, didn't you go on tour or something or do something with Dilla back in the day?
I got blessed to be on the Rebirth of Detroit album.
Okay.
My Dukes put that out, and I got blessed to be on one of the coldest Dilla beats, man, with Nick Speed and Guilty Simpson.
Yeah, damn.
And it was called Dilla Troy.
Right.
And from that, you know, that spawned me being on, you know, the Dilla tour with him and Fat Cat. You know what I'm saying? I went out with them, and we went to we did so many different countries and cities, man. It was crazy, man. Like, and then the one thing is like before Proof passed, you know, Proof was going overseas. Like, before he passed, when he came back, he was coming off a Proof tour. Right. You know what I'm saying? He was, you know, clowning and shit. So the day before he passed, he was like, you know, he was talking about taking me overseas with him. He's like, yo, I'm gonna take you overseas. Like, you think they love you over here, Soup? He's like, man, they're gonna really go crazy for you overseas and stuff. And being on Iron Fist, a lot of our music, he pipelined it overseas, all overseas. Okay. So by the time, years later, by the time I got to actually go overseas to these countries that already got my music that I don't even know about. Like, I'm Guilty and Fat Cat. I'm like, yo, man, I don't know that, because I had to open up every show. So I'm like, they don't know who I am. Guilty was like, yeah, right. Cat was like, man, Soup, what are you talking about? They know who you is. Watch this. They're like, yo, we got Supa Emcee open up. They're like, Supa Emcee? Like, I'm like, whoa, they in there tripping, screaming me. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. But that experience and being able to be a part of that, to be a part of the legacy of a great producer and a great phenomenal rap artist as Big Proof and Jay Dilla. Like, I got like kind of like the best of both worlds. Right. Like, you know, because I'm like one of the, I feel like Detroit's hip hop night. Yeah. You feel me? Because I got knighted by Proof's mama and I got knighted by Dilla's mama. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I said I was my piece, sword, and my Duke's shield. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mentioning Pepper and my Dukes, I call Pepper too, cause So we had Valid on the show, man, and he bigged you up so much for being such an influence on his hip hop career.
That's my guy, man.
And he mentioned those same two, my Dukes and
because
and
like
Bruce
you know
Mama.
I met Valid in I think like the Bullfrog. And My P was in there. My P like, yo, you know, he got some potential. He, you know,
Yeah.
she was like, you gotta fuck with him, so you know, you gotta fuck with Valor. So, you know, I started fucking with Valor. Me and Valor was running around doing shows. It'd be a lot of shows. It'd be like me, Valor, and Nick Speed running around doing crazy stuff.
He showed you mad love, and
that's
he
my
said
guy.
that same exact story.
That's my guy. I showed him the ropes and a lot of stuff, you know.
Right.
I showed him the game. I showed him, you know, what this shit was about. Like,
right.
And I told him what this shit like, dog. You know what I'm saying? And Valley was like, Soup, I know. And I'd be like, no, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you. You feel me? So, and then, you know, he a good guy. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? Any person like that can speak on me like that, they know that, you know, I'm real about what I say I'm about. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a genuine guy. If I got love for you, I got love for you. You know what I'm saying? And you see it in the way people, you know, talk about me, and you see it in the way I talk about them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these are all my peoples. I feel stronger and strengthful as an artist that I am around a bunch of sweet, creative people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that I'm around them makes me more creative. I don't try to be them. I don't try to be anything of them. I just know that their creative energy gets my creative energy going. I'm one of those guys, and they're like, yeah, we all can do it. Oh, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to form
like
Voltron.
Yeah,
I'm ready to form Voltron. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm ready to form Voltron. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that the red lion kicks ass. I know that the green lion kicks ass. I know that the yellow lion kicks ass. You know what I'm saying? I know the black lion kicks ass. The blue lion kicks ass. But Voltron fucks shit up.
Right.
But that's a euphemism that people wouldn't catch, Reg, if they didn't know what we was talking about. And that just goes back to, you know, Detroit hip hop in its entirety. You know what I'm saying? You got all this separatist shit in Detroit hip hop. Like, it's a creator. It's a guy that's really dope. I know this guy is a cool dude. He makes dope ass t-shirts. And he just got a deal with, he did his thing with the Gucci thing, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Tommy Walker, right?
Yeah.
Detroit versus everything. Shout out him. You know what I'm saying? Real good guy. You know what I'm saying? He came with a banner, right? This is a guy that's doing fashion, and all of us love fashion, right? To some extent.
Look, especially in Detroit.
Right, I'm in HP all day long.
Right.
So he created a theme, you know what I'm saying, that turned into an anthem, you know what I'm saying, that we all took and hid under as our umbrella against the world. And we watched as the world bit it and took it from us. So that lets you know that they've been biting shit from Detroit all the way, right? But us in Detroit, we can't seem to get past this corny crabs in the barrel, this east side, west side corny shit that when niggas go out of town and be in a whole nother state, oh, now we Detroit. Yeah. Bitch, we should be Detroit when we in Detroit.
That goes back to what I said about HP.
Same thing with us, same thing with us.
You go out of town, it's a different...
But what I know is Detroit versus everything is a marquee that we all stand up under until it's really about Detroit versus everybody. Then we Detroit picking off each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Instead of us truly uplifting each other, instead of truly really working together as a industry force to be reckoned with. Like, you go to Atlanta, like, you got Detroit niggas running to Atlanta to do shit. And I have nothing against Atlanta. I have nothing against New York. Nothing against these different pockets of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But I know what Detroit can create and make amongst us. Right. And it could bring, you know, the outside influence to want to come and fuck with us, to make it to the point where not just 10 artists is signed, but the whole Detroit is signed. We all running through deals and burning out money.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
So me and Butter talked about that, and I think Valid mentioned it too. Like, he was saying, you know, he tried to work with everybody. He tried to listen to everybody. It shouldn't be like, oh, I'm just backpack rap.
It shouldn't be that.
Like, it should be a balance, right?
No, I don't. My thing is like I said, I'm a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I have a knack for words. Yeah.
Right.
I pick up books and I read that shit. Yeah. I think literally, you know what I'm saying? And I think physically, I think in all these different realms, you know what I'm saying? I think I go crazy with my thoughts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that, you know, me playing, you know, a rock bottom record, I'ma still get the same out of me playing a Clear Soul Forces record.
Right.
I'm just I'm an artist that's a lover of hip hop. Like if you love the music, you love the music.
Right.
The one thing I don't love about the music, Reg, is whack shit.
Yeah.
I don't love whack shit.
So you can respect all good music.
I respect all good music.
Right.
I respect if the drill music and these motherfuckers on the drill music is running that shit down, dope. If these niggas is mumble rap and that shit and they running that shit and the shit is dope.
Right.
I don't care what you make. If it's dope, it's dope. But not when you know you want to just do any fucking thing because every fucking thing is not fresh. Right. And then and another thing like. Everything is not fucking fresh. You know what I'm saying?
And damn sure ain't funky fresh.
It ain't funky fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, in this day and age of hip hop, like they used to be on us about being fresh. Nigga, you gotta be fresh. You don't come up here, don't get on here, you don't get up here if you ain't fresh, you don't get up here if you ain't fresh. Now niggas is just like, nigga, what the fuck ever. And it's because when you got a sport, right? Right. You got criterias for you to be the greatest in that sport. Right. Right? And if you don't meet those fucking criterias, you are not the greatest in that fucking sport.
Right. You got to check certain things.
It's certain shit that make Michael Jordan has boxes. Boop, 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 boop. You know, LeBron James, boop, 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 boop.
Rings, you got all
Kobe Bryant, boop, boop. It's boxes that you check off to say, these motherfuckers are the GOATs of this shit. Right. Now, when you, in hip-hop, you got motherfuckers running around using the GOAT name and they don't have none of these boxes checked off.
Yeah, they probably just got a few record sales.
Once you done destroyed the criteria of being a real MC, you get this shit today. Motherfuckers, well, I ain't got to battle. I ain't got to come with no bars. I ain't got to. Well, then, nigga, you not the greatest. I ain't got to write my own songs. You ain't the greatest then, nigga. Right. You ain't even close to the greatest.
Right. So who are some of the artists you listening to today, both nationally and local artists that you see up and coming?
I mean, in the last, I say, I guess, you know, since we can, yeah, you know, I've been listening to that Nas. I listened to, you know, the J. Cole. I listened to that Kendrick. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I listen to Chris Brown. Shit. Right. I listen to the.
So you just like good music.
I just like good music. I listen to the SZA. I listen to her. You know what I'm saying? I listen to some Taylor Swift shit. I really don't. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but I be just listening to shit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, local niggas. I mean, shit. I be listening to all the niggas in HP. I be listening to them. Right. All the little niggas coming up. I be listening to them because I be listening to what the fuck is sweet. Right. What is the definition of sweet? What is sweet? Okay. Because my definition of sweet be a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and me listening to what. You know, to all the young cats. There's some young cats too that I heard is like fucking sweet as fuck. Right. You know what I'm saying? But everybody that I've heard, like, because I got a passion for words, or I choose to use big words. Right. They say, you know, you got a New York style, right? Right. Right.
Don't you hate that shit?
Right. Okay. It's cool. Yeah. It's cool. The era I grew up
in.
Okay.
Everybody in New York.
It's cool. It's cool. But I see a bunch of niggas that's not really from down south and they sound like down south. Right. Probably ain't never been down south. Probably don't even call they down south cousins. Right. You get what I'm saying? So all I'm seeing is, you know, whatever hip hop you feel that's hip hop to you. Right. Then that's your go-to. That's whatever, because you know it was a lot of gods in the pantheon, right? You know what I'm saying? Some people worship Apollo, some people worship, you know, Mercury, some people were, you know, different. You feel me? My hip hop pillars come from what it was structured, what it was birthed on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Those elements. And my thing is, I don't care how. Okay, listen to this. If a country singer wasn't doing country music right, country music would have a problem. A fucking problem. Right. It'd be like, that's not fucking country music. Right. And Willie Nelson would
and
roll
they
out.
They wouldn't put it in that category.
Fuck,
they
no,
wouldn't
wouldn't
accept it. Right.
No, they wouldn't.
You wouldn't win country awards and all that shit.
No, they wouldn't. Like, we the only genre of music that allows whatever to happen with our music. Hip hop is this. Right. It ain't that, it ain't this, it ain't that.
Right.
It's this.
Right.
And that's what it is. But to me, when I looked at how slowly or easily they want to disband the criterias of being a true MC, of what an MC is, right? He wanted to destroy all this because if we could destroy that, then anybody could be the shit.
Yeah.
Anybody can.
You just put a hip hop type beat or
whatever the hell you want to do.
Call it hip hop.
I think a lot of people went into the gym of hip hop. Right? Went into our gym of hip hop, right? And they saw all these Michael Jordan rappers in the fucking gym of hip hop. Right. And they was like, how the fuck am I going to be like the little fat Michael Jordan, the girl Michael Jordan, the guy Michael Jordan, the older Michael Jordan, the younger Michael Jordan? There's no fucking way that I can really be this dope. Right. So you know what? We ain't going to go in that gym. We going to start the lame niggas lane of being MCs. Right. And we going to promote that shit. Right. To the point where we don't have to be these set criterias to be dope MCs anymore. We could just come with some bullshit. Right. And you want to know what? They're going to love us for it.
Right. And put it out. Before we wrap up, though, I want to talk to you about the work you're doing with Mama Shu over at HP. We got to talk about that.
You know, like, I don't, it's like I do stuff because I have a sense of right, you know what I'm saying, about stuff. Even when I do wrong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like we always, you know, us growing, you from the same where I'm from, Reg, from the Pillar. So you know we always been community. Right. About our blocks, cleaning up the blocks, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we done had community parades with every block and street down there. These the funner times of Highland Park. Right. You know what I'm saying? So the work that I'm doing with Mama Shu is just I've been an aid to her since she came up. I was there when she was like, you know what, this is what I'm about to do. Right. And I was like, yo, sweet. It was an idea. Right. Like, yo, hey, Mama Shu, whatever you need from me, my G, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these things, we saw her just elevate. We saw her keep pushing, elevate. We right there with her. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? On up till now. I remember when the homework house was just a vacant house that just was getting gutted. Right. You know what I'm saying? I remember before she went on Ellen and got the Ellen house. I was at the Ellen party with her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Mama Shu has just been a beacon inside of our city that, you know, has been getting a bad rap and has been going through a bunch of bad shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? And this lady herself is one of our strongest queens. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not only poured her mind, her influence, her blood, sweat, and tears and soul into this village, but she's also lost children amongst building this new utopia in our community, to do something great for the community and to probably be, one of those stand-up ideas that everybody want to duplicate in their city as well. Right. You know what I'm saying? She's like, she's like hope in the face of darkness, or, you know what I'm saying, that stand up in the face of adversity. And I just, been blessed to be able to work with her, you know what I'm saying, through that. And then this just came, you know what I'm saying? I'm now the president of her record label, Sunboy Records. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Which
that's what I seen.
Yeah, we've been having youth camps. She's been having youth camps over there, music camps with Mike Mumford and stuff for years. Yeah. So with this new thing that's coming now, we're gonna be into getting ready to sign some young acts and stuff like that, and promote some young Jackson 5s and some young High Fives and some new additions. You know what I'm saying? Right. But in this wake, you know what I'm saying, Sunboy Records and the Avalon Village and Mama Shu is back in my new project, the Obsidian, the Fallen one. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's getting ready to come out, as well as Who Mag Entertainment, everything you see up there. You know what I'm saying? Right. These are things the stilts that's my badge of honors. You know what I'm saying? And
so this the new project, the Obsidian. So how do people get a hold of you as far as like your social media plugs and?
Man, my social media plugs on Facebook is at Supa Emcee1, and then on the Instagram is at Supa Emcee1.
Okay.
Again, and then on the Twitter is at Supa Emceeif. And then the same is for the YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And
okay.
Then Supa Emcee the Immortal on TikTok and all that.
You know one of my favorite songs of yours though. It ain't because just it's not probably not your most bar heavy song, but my favorite song, guess what it is?
What?
You gotta guess, man. You probably gotta know.
Come on, man.
You ain't really
down. Hey, you know,
H-
yo, that hey man, that You Ain't Really Down. That record, and it is it's bar heavy though. In there, you know.
But you got other songs that bar
go
heavy.
there.
But that song because of what you use and
it's an oldie but goodie from where we from,
Reg.
You know, like that record came out from Vicious Vic, you know what I'm saying? I would be at the parties and stuff, you know, all the HP parties, they would be spinning that record. And I used to be like, man, what the fuck? Like, I never knew what it was, you know, because that was, you know, before me, you know what I'm saying? So I would just hit a record, I'd be like, you ain't really down. I'm like, dang. So it was during the Sunshine and them had the Rep Your Class shit going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they had the They had like a competition going on. Like they was, you know, that they in Sunshine and them in class was class of '87. Yeah. They be having like the you know, who is the top artist. They was having like polls and stuff going. Right. So they, you know, they put me in the poll. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, you know, I'm serious about it. You gonna put me in something. I'm winning it. I'm going at it. You know, so everybody was voting and stuff. So I think we had a party or something. They had an HP party or whatever. So we was at it, and so Vic, they had spent it, and I was like, I seen everybody go fucking. I was like, did that song go good? Did that song go again? Right? And I seen everybody go fucking bananas in the party. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to. Oh, I am about to fuck that up. Yeah. So I had Vic. I said, Vic, man, give me the record, man. So he got the record for me. You know what I'm saying? It's what's their name? Status. Yeah. So he got the record for me. So, you know, I got it. You know, I kept playing it and playing it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, man. So I was like, how the fuck? What the fuck I was like, okay, am I gonna talk about motherfuckers not being down, like hood down, you know what I'm saying, or just female down, you know what I'm saying? I was like, no, so I was like, you know. And then when I listened to the record again, I was like, oh yeah, female down. Fucking side nigga wanna text my phone. Nigga walk in the rain with Orange Juice Jones. No life jacket for your ass to float. You can slide on the slope, but don't touch that coat. You be in the top, that's why we beefing. Thought you was my like, yo, Latifah. You Cardi Red Superhead Felicia. You know what I'm saying? It went, it just, you know, it came and the you know, the hood love that record. You know what I'm saying? Every time I go out, I'm somewhere. We doing the karaoke spot with Park House, and then you know, do the record, or you know, and it was like my niggas in the D. You know what I'm saying? When niggas heard that shit, niggas was like, nigga, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, you know, so they was going to that. I got you know, a couple spins off that motherfucker. Right. You know, so
that's dope. So any last words for up and coming artists or just the Detroit hip hop community altogether?
I just say as Detroit hip hop, you know what I'm saying, we need to stop, you know, the hating and shit, because we are from the same place. Right. We are repping the same thing. Our goal is to get somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and us becoming a real industry, you know what I'm saying, more than just, you know, 4 or 5 niggas getting on is a better play on us working out a bigger play for everybody. Like I'm not thinking, like, me as an artist, I'm not thinking that, you know, I get on or in a space where I'm doing the thing I need to do. I'm thinking about, you know what I'm saying, how can I make where I came from, you know what I'm saying, pop just like a New York, or pop just like a Cali, you know what I'm saying, with the music, you feel me? And what I want to tell to up and coming rappers, man, like, study the arts, man. Study this shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Study what you doing. Study the craft of it. Study the people that came before you, cause y'all not inventing the wheel, nigga. Right. Y'all not inventing the wheel, nigga. Y'all just changing the rubber on the tires, really.
Right.
Because the wheel has already been invented. So my thing is, to be a dope MC is to study the greats. You know what I'm saying? And to study the people that came before you. And if you, and what's so crazy is the people that you studied that came before you, study people that came before them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, man, I just tell, the youngest, man, be real about your music and be true to you and your calling. You know what I'm saying? Be real to you and your understanding. And to make a sound that doesn't sound like the next nigga you heard. Like if a nigga can tell you sound like the same nigga and 50 niggas can concur to that nigga, you sound like that same. You sound like that nigga, you need to change your flow, nigga. You need to stop. Like, it's only 142 Doug.
Right.
You feel me? What is it? Young Dirk, it's only one of them. Kodak Black is only one of them. Little Yachty is only one of them.
Right.
Nigga, Tupac was only one of him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once that style is out in the open, Drake is only one of him. Once that style is out in the open and you can identify the style that's what they working with, nigga, don't try to sound like them. Cause we already got that nigga out here doing it.
Right. Come with your
own shit. But you can't tell dummy hustlers not to hustle the same shit that another nigga got rich off of. Use what he did, but get a whole nother hustle.
Right.
If you on a corner of Woodward, and 7 Mile, nigga, cranking red apples, you feel me? You made $1,000 off of them red apples, and I see that shit. There's no way I should be standing next to you with some red apples. If I am, I should be standing next to you with some green apples.
Right.
Okay. You feel me? Or not even have apples at all. Nigga, I'm gonna come with some cherries. What's up, my nigga?
Right.
I see you over here.
Then it's easier for us to work together.
Then it's
because
easier
we're not really competition. Right.
Because nigga, your apples don't taste like cherries and my cherries don't taste like apple. Let's work it out. But then in this thing though is the fact that another thing too with Detroit hip hop, you get money with your friends. You don't hustle your friends.
Right.
You don't hustle the people you working with. You hustle everybody else. You don't hustle your circle. You and your circle get money. You feel me?
Right.
Everybody else, y'all hustle them niggas to get money for your circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, you know what I'm saying? Detroit had a whole bunch of motherfucking artists to come before this internet shit.
Right.
Y'all niggas gotta start giving and respecting the Detroit artists that paved the way for you niggas to get out here on y'all internet whatevers and scream Detroit hip hop. Period.
Right.
Period. Period.
With that being said, that's a wrap. Funky Fresh in the Flesh, Supa Emcee. Go check out the new project. Was Obsidian?
Yeah, it's coming out soon, man.
That's what's up.
It's a double album.
Okay. Oh shit. That's what's up.